Hey, hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, friends. Right, welcome back to our day five, the program on Power BI. So we'll quickly get started without no further delay. Right. So, friends, in the last session, we have understood a few topics on that are part of Power Query Editor, and today we are going to cover the rest of the options and a few tabs that are left out in Power Query Editor. So probably today will be the last day for you know Power Query Editor, right? So we'll quickly revise what we have covered yesterday. Then I'll start the actual topics for the day. So in the last session, but before that, I have opened the same file that I have saved, friends. Okay, I'm not going with a new file. I'm maintaining the same file. So in the last session, we have understood the concept of append queries and merge queries. Okay, so where are these two options present? Further, I'm opening Power Query Editor. I'm launching Power Query Editor, which is widely used component of Power BI. And the purpose of Power Query Editor is for data cleaning and you know uh, for transformation. For doing any kind of transformations, we generally go and use Power Query Editor component. Right. So here are the list of queries that we have used so far. The employees table, okay, and the employees who belong to North region, South region, okay. So it is also showing that it's a message, a kind of notification. It's being displayed that this particular query has it's been 2 days old. So we did not touch this particular query since 2 days. So we can just quickly click on refresh option, right? In the last class, under the home tab, we have understood these two options: merge queries and append queries. So the output of append queries is here, and the output of merge queries is over here. I did not rename the table. I did not rename the query. Okay, so we quickly recap what is merge queries and append queries. Merge queries represent SQL joins. Okay, whereas append queries represent the union all operator, which is part of SQL. Union all in SQL. So just give me a minute. Yes. So merge queries is actually it's performing joins, friends. What kind of joins? First of all, what are joins in SQL? Joins are nothing but if you want to combine the tables using a matching column. Okay, there should be at least one matching column between the two tables in order to perform join. And when we perform join in SQL, the number of columns get increased, right? So if you see, the number of columns get increased. Then what are the different types of joins we have in SQL? We have full join, inner join, left join, right join, uh, left outer, and right outer. So what is the output of full join, friends? Or how does full join perform? What will be the output? So don't sit idle. Try to use the chat and give some responses. What does you know full join you What will be the output for full join? Full join returns all the records. It combines the tables obviously, but the output for a full join will be all records from both the tables. Okay, then inner join only the common records will be given as output. Then left join all the records from the left table including the matching records. Then right join all records from the right table including the matching records, nothing but the intersection records. Then left outer all records from the left table except, or it does not include, the matching records. Right outer all records from the right table excluding the matching records, the common records. Right? So in so this is what we have done yesterday, right? So in Power Query Editor, we can perform joins and using merge query option. And if you click on the drop down, we have two options. One is merge queries and merge queries as new. So what does merge queries represent? Merge queries is nothing but this result, the output will be present in the same table, whereas merge queries as new will return as a new table, will return as a new query for the output. So we have the list of types, and one thing that we have to remember is left outer means left join, right outer means right join, left anti means left outer join in SQL, right anti means right outer join in SQL. So that is the only difference. So just remember it. And what is the use of fuzzy matching? Fuzzy matching helps us to match the values that are present in the common column, the matching column. So even if the values are, say, if they have some kind of special characters or unwanted spaces, or say if the values are present in uppercase, lowercase, okay, so still it performs the matching kind of thing when we select this fuzzy matching option. Okay, so everything must be discussed with respect to joins. Done. Then comes append queries. Append queries. So append queries does union all operator, friends. So again, union all. What does union all operator does in SQL? Union and union all are two operators used in SQL for performing, the concatenation of tables. If I want to combine two tables, but not in horizontal manner, in vertical manner, one down to the other, then the next one, so on. Okay, in that fashion, in the parallel fashion, in the vertical fashion, if you want to combine, union or union all operators will be used. What makes the difference between union and union all operators is union operator will identify the duplicates and it removes the duplicates, whereas union all operator does not work on the duplicates. Okay, so union operator will be generally slow compared to union all operator, because union operator will be fast as it is not working on the duplicates. But append queries that we see here is actually using union all concept, friends. So when you try to combine the tables one over the other, so what we have done is we took the data of employees who are present in different locations, I mean different regions, north, south, west. We have appended the tables. So this is the output of append queries option. Okay, right. So these two options were also done. Today, what we are going to do is, I'll go back to the same table that we have used on day one of Power Query Editor. Same table. Okay. Let me introduce you guys to transform tab and add column tab, because in Power Query Editor, you know, only these four tabs are important. Apart from these four tabs, we have tools tab. This is not required For the time being, it's not required because this is for identifying or diagnosing. Okay, so this is not required. And under help tab, you'll get some kind of support from Power BI community where we can get some kind of documentation, videos, okay, and the kind of version that we are using and all blogs. See, the complete kind of support that we get from Power BI, Microsoft Power BI community. Okay, so the galleries, samples and all. If you, whenever you're free, just go and have a look on these options as well. Something this is not required to discuss in the class. So I'm not just no, I'm not focusing on these topics because these are not that much important. Now, transform tab and add column tab. If you observe these two tabs, majority of the options will be same. What is the reason for that? Let me give you some, let me throw some light on these options. You see text column options under text column ribbon. Okay, there are some options: extract, merge, parse, format, split column. Go to add column. You see the same list of options? Yes. Then why it is for two times under two different tabs? We'll understand. Let me go back to transform tab again. Under number column ribbon, you see some kind of options again: statistics, standard, scientific, trigonometry, rounding, information. Yep. I'll go to add column tab. I'll see the same options again. Oh, might be, these folks have done it in the wrong way, isn't it? No. No, friends. There is a clear understanding what makes the difference between the same options present in add column tab and transform tab. Again, date and time column ribbon, the three options will be present in add column tab as well. AI insights, the three options, you'll find it in home column. Yes, somewhere. So what we can understand from this is majority of these options which are present in transform ribbon, transform tab, are also present in add column tab. Okay, so I'll start. Let us understand why are they repeated for twice, and also additionally, let us get introduced to these options. Not all, but probably the important one. Okay, so I'll start with the basic one, that is extract. So what do you mean by extract, friends? What is the general meaning of extract? Come respond. See, don't sit idle. As I have told you yesterday, you have to respond. Make the session interactive. Whatever it might be, you have to respond. What's going on? Okay. Oh, shit. Yes, what do you mean by extract? What is the meaning of extract? General meaning of extract in English. No one? Seriously? What are the synonyms for extract? Okay, get required information, right? So you're trying to get something. Am I right? Yes. So depending upon your requirement, you are going to get something. Okay. So that's nothing but extracting. Yes. So if you observe, I have in total 11 columns and 38 rows. Right. So extract, collect. Yes. So if you see here, is there any column which talks about full name? I have first name, I have last name. Okay. But do I have The complete name of the employee? No, right? I don't have any column which is actually giving me the information regarding the full name until unless if I add both first name and last name. So if my if my requirement is to get the full name of an employee, what I'm supposed to do? One thing that I can do is I can combine both of these two, first name and last name. But if I just move a bit, I have email column. Yes. If you observe emails, what is a fashion? What is a format? How the emails are present in the fashion? First name dot last name at the rate trektech.com, organization.com. Okay, so all the names of the employees are in the same fashion. What I can do is I am supposed to extract the full name from this email column. If my requirement is to get the full name of the employee, can I extract it from the email column? Yes. So for that reason, I go to transform tab. Under transform tab, we have text column, options, ribbon. So one of the option is extract. Just click on this drop down. You'll get list of options again. What you want to extract? Do you want to extract length of the characters, or only some kind of first characters depending on the number of characters that we specify? Do you want to return only some few first characters? In the same way, do you want to return only last characters depending on the number that we specify, or a range of characters? So when I say range, again start, stop, then the step size, the same. Okay, then text before delimiter. Do you want to get any text before delimiter? So what is the delimiter here? What is a common format that you observe here? The full name is present before at the rate. So my delimiter will be at the rate. Is it common in all the emails? Yes. Is it the same? Yes. So I go with text before delimiter because that satisfies my requirement. So initially you have to understand your requirement. What is your requirement? My requirement is to get the full name of the employees. A column should contain only full name of the employees. For that purpose, I'm going to use extract option from the transform tab. On which column I'm going to do it? I'm going to do it on email column. And out of the list of options that I get from the extract option, I'll go with text before delimiter. Text before delimiter. We also have an option called text after delimiter. So if I specify at the rate as a delimiter, the text after the delimiter will be given as output. We also have text between delimiters. If you have two delimiters, yes, you can also specify the two delimiters, and the text between these delimiters will be given as output. For that reason, I have to select the column first on which I'm going to work. Okay, selected. Then the extract option I'm going to select, friends. Out of all the list of options, I'm going to select text before delimiter. Done. A pop-up window got opened. Enter the delimiter that marks the end of what you want, of what would like to extract. So it is asking us to enter the delimiter. My delimiter here is at the rate. See, I keep it as at the rate. The moment I click on OK, what happened? What happened? What happened? I achieved my requirement. Did I achieve my requirement? Yes, I have achieved my requirement. What is my requirement? My requirement is to get full names of the employees. Is it done? Yep. For all the names, yes. For all the employees, it's done. But Akhil, just hold on. Do you think, you know, is it done in the right way? Yes. Why? What happened? No. Previously, in the same column, we had the information about emails of employees, but I don't see any kind of information regarding employees, emails of the employees. Where are the emails? Oh, you're right. Then what I'm supposed to do? You are supposed to, you know, create a copy of the column. Then on the copy of the column, you are supposed to do the same action. Because when you try to use extract option under the transform tab, it's extracting whatever is our requirement. It's extracting based on the list of options that we select. You know, it is giving me the right output, but it is changing the original data, right? Which is not accepted. I don't want to lose my employee emails. Then what I'm supposed to do? Just undo this step so that you'll get the emails back. Now create a copy of the same column. You create a copy of the same column. So how can we create a copy? Just right click on the column name. You'll get the list of options again. The first option is creating a copy of the column. Akhil, I have selected on copy, but I don't see, where is the copy created. Go to the last. This is not, okay. I'll do it one more time. I mean, duplicate column. Sorry, friends. If you just copy, it will copy. Not you are supposed to create, or you are supposed to, select a duplicate column. Okay. Duplicate will create a duplicate of the column only. Okay, so on the duplicate column, do the same steps. I'll go with text before delimiter, and the delimiter is at the rate. I'll click on OK. Done. Okay, so I can rename the column name by double clicking on it. So this is nothing but full name. Full name. Oh, is that much easy? Yes, that's what. You understand your requirement. If you understand your requirement, it's very easy to, work on the options. I hope you got my, point, friends. Right. Now let me go to add column tab. Let me go to add column tab. I'll select the same option. I mean, my requirement is again the same. Okay, to create a column with full names of the employees. For that purpose, okay, so I'm going to use the same extract option, text before delimiter. I'll keep it as at the rate, then I click on OK. But did it change the original data? No, right? It did not even touch the original data. Then where is the output? Go to the last. You see here, a new column has been added to the existing data, to the existing query, okay, in which we have the output. So what do you mean to say again? I mean to say that the options that you have in add column ribbon, I mean add column tab, does not require creating a copy of the column initially. You need not create a duplicate. Okay, like what we have done for transform tab. In the sense, when you try to use any of the option present in transform tab, it tries to change the data which is present in the column. Okay, whereas If you try to use the same option from add column tab, it creates or it returns the output in a new column by adding a new column to the existing query. That makes the difference between transform and add. Nothing else. Nothing else except this. I hope you got my point. So transform tab will does not create a new column for the output, whereas add column tab options will create a new column for the existing for the output. Okay, so when you try to use transform tab options, make sure the data will be changed. So that is the reason we will create a duplicate of the column. So if you want to make your steps optimized, if you want to minimize them, just go and use the option which is present in add column. That's it. It's clear, right? Then we also have rest of the options. I'll make it fast because rest of them are very simple. Okay, so you see, let me remove one of them because if you see both of them, you'll get confused. I have removed the column, the last column, right? Then uh, format option, you are supposed to select, if you select any one of the column. So if you see format, you can change the entire case to lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each word, okay, trim the leading and trailing white spaces if there are unwanted spaces before and after the text. So trim will help us to remove the unwanted spaces. Then clean helps us to print the text in a right format. And if you would like to add any prefix, yes, you can add prefix to all the values present in a column. In the same way, you can also add a suffix to all the values present in a column. Okay, so these are something not that much new, but let me do it as see, when I selected lowercase, it has recorded, and if you see, all the values in the column has been converted to lowercase. I'll go back again, format uppercase. All the values, all the text, all the names will be converted to uppercase. So I'm undoing, then capitalize each word. Anyways, it is in the same format, not required. Then trim, it doesn't, we can't even interpret the results because if we have any kind of unwanted spaces, it is going to remove. And if even the output, we are unable to interpret. The same formatting option, you'll find it in add column. What makes the difference? The format option that we have under transform tab will returns the output in the same column, whereas the format option that we have in the add column tab will return the output in a new column. That makes the difference. If we want to try, just as a give, I am giving a try. See, lowercase. That makes the difference, right? Then I'll go back. We also have split column. The same again. If I want to split any column, I'm supposed to again specify the delimiter or say, you see, or let me do one thing. Let me split this again. I'll take email, okay, and I'll apply, yes, I'll apply split column actions. So either you can split the column based on delimiter, number of characters by position, or by lowercase till uppercase, by uppercase to lowercase, by digit to non-digit, by non-digit to digit. So these are not that much used, but you first three options are used by limit, by delimiter. For example, if I want to split this column based on delimiter at the rate, okay, it splits into two columns. So before the text before at the rate will be part of one column, and the text which is after at the rate will be part of the next column. If not, based on number of characters also we can split the column, and based on positions, yes, we can also split the column. So let me select delimiter, and it will ask us to select the delimiter, friends. So if you have the delimiter here, it's okay. If not, you are supposed to go with custom delimiter, and it has to be specified. In our case, it is at the rate, right? So split at leftmost delimiter only or rightmost delimiter. For example, in the text there are multiple at the rates. So where do you want to apply this split? Each occurrence of the delimiter. So wherever there is at the rate, there will be a split in that fashion. So I'm just going with each occurrence of the delimiter. I'll click on OK. See. So one email column got split into two. Wherever we have at the rate, there splitting happens, and text before delimiter will be part of column 1. Text after delimiter will be part of column 2. So even in this fashion also I can get the full name, and I can remove this column. This is just having the information of the company only, so I can remove the column. That's it. So I'll get the full names, but I'll undo this. The reason is the emails got lost. Yeah. Okay, so you have the same split column, probably in the home section. Yes, in the home section. So what we can understand is all these options are repeated. They are repeated. That's it. Then what else do we have? Use first row as headers. Yes, this is something that we have already understood as part of home tab itself. Then transpose option. What does this transpose option does? This transpose option helps us to, uh, do you remember transpose topic in matrices, friends? In matrices, there is a topic called transpose. So what happens is when you apply transpose on any of the matrix, the rows get interchanged to columns and columns get interchanged to rows. Okay, so in the same way, if I apply transpose on this data, rows becomes as columns and columns come into the rows. That's what transpose does. And reverse rows will actually reverse the rows. So when I click on reverse rows, you see the last person will be part of first person. So it is actually reversing the data, reversing the rows. Okay, so I'll undo this, not required. And what if you are working on a big data set which has lakhs of records, and if you go beyond 1000, it does not display the size like this, friends. Okay, so it does not display the size in this fashion. In such cases, if you want to get the count of rows, you know click on count rows option. It will return the number of rows present in the query. So how many rows we have? 38. There are 38 rows in this current query. Since it is a small data set, it's good, pretty easy to understand and all. What in real time you are working on, say millions or at least 10,000 or greater than 10,000 of records, it does not display the data in this fashion. So in such cases, we are supposed to use count rows option, which is present in transform, you know, tab. But actually, the moment I click on count rows option, it is giving me a number, right? What if I want to save this number? Because it is replacing the entire data. The entire data got replaced with just a number. But if I want to save the number of records, I want to save this. How can I do that? For that reason, initial itself, you create a duplicate of the table. The table itself you duplicate. Okay, so when you try to create a duplicate, for example, let me create a duplicate. This is the duplicate of employees data. So on this duplicate, I'll go to transform and I'll click on count rows. So this is the number of rows, number of records present in employees data. I can save it with what? So what, something like employees data underscore rows or records, whatever you feel. Done. That's it. I'll go back. So this have the original data, and this has only the information regarding the records. Okay, so it's up to you, friends. I'm just telling you how we can save this number also. Okay, so if I don't want, again I can delete the query. If something if it is not required, just delete off. Unwantedly it will occupy the space in the memory. That's it. Then under transform tab, what else we have? We can also change the type, the data type. Actually, I think we have the same option under home tab. Yes, under home tab also you'll have the same option. We can change the data type of any column, of the selected column especially. The same option you have it under transform. Then detect data type. In some cases, Power BI fails, right? So if you want to do it, I mean, if you want Power BI to do it, you can select with, you can go and select this option. See, it has detected and it is still keeping as ABC only. So it is obviously text. It have done in the right way. So if you want Power BI to detect, go ahead and select detect data type option present in transform tab. Then rename. What does this rename does? Rename is nothing but the selected column. If you want to rename, either you can double click on it or go and click on the rename option present in transform tab. So either of the way it works. Then replace values. This is not something new for us because under home tab we have the same replace values. Okay, we can replace the values one with the other from the selected column. Then fill. So do you want to fill with something up and down? Yes. So we can also perform, filling up and down. That's not, these are not something new. And we have move option. What does this move does is, if you want to have the email option next immediately to last name. So the order should be like this: first name, last name, then email. One way is dragging the column, select the column and drag it wherever you want, you just leave. So this will actually help us to move the columns. If not, go to transform tab and select move. But before that, select the column initially, then click on move. Move this column to the left. So one position to the left, it will move. So that somehow I have achieved my requirement. Then in the same way, I can also move any column to the right, to the beginning, to the starting position, and in the same way to the end. In this fashion, you can have your column at your exact position. Okay, so you can adjust your columns as well. Then these are not some, all of these were discussed. Merge columns. What if I want to merge two columns? Merge queries is different. Merge queries means merging tables. This is merge columns. There is lot of difference. We are merging columns, but Akhil, I see merge columns option is inactive. Why it is inactive is, in order to make this merge columns active, you have to select at least two columns. That's what, right? How many columns will merge? At least two should be merged. Is it possible to merge only one? With what? So that is the reason it will be inactive. After selecting two columns, immediately it gets active. Click on merge columns. See, it is asking, how do you want to merge the selected columns? Do you want to use any separator? Okay, do you want to have any separator between the values of the merged column? So column, comma, equals to semicolon, space, tab, or any custom separator also. For suppose if I keep, point, a dot. So let me click on the new name, column name will be named as merged. I'll click on OK. So you see, it got replaced the original values because I'm using the option from transform. The same merge column option is present inside add column. So if I use this, the output will would have been in a new column. And since I have used the merge column option from transform tab, it is replacing the original data. Okay, so merge column is also simple, friends. Nothing, something, it's not that much new for us, right? Then what are the rest of the options? The rest of the options that we have is trigonometry functions. Akhil, I think probably in my school I have learned trigonometry. Yes. If you are MPC student or if you are a graduate from any of even especially MPC students, they'll have it in 11th and 12th standard as well. Apart from MPC, you may not touch trigonometry in your lifetime, right? So even I'm not that much, I don't generally, I'm not a fan of mathematics, but still, since we have to understand, you know, we can also get trigonometry functions calculated. What are the trigonometry functions that we know? Sine, cosine, tangent. Then what else we know, friends? Cot. What else? Inverse of sine will be, yes, cot, cosec. Good. I see. Oh, you are in 10th class. Okay. Anyways, so okay, probably in 10th class we are getting these topics. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so all these topics, in order to get sine of the value, if I select sine, for all these values, sine function will be calculated. So we can calculate the trigonometric functions for any of the values. And these options work only on numeric values, numeric columns. Will they work on non-numeric text? No, no, friends. So then rounding off. Would you like to round up, round down, or round off? If you have any decimal data, let me show it to you. There is a column called performance score, and if I want to perform round up or round down, see, round up will actually round the numbers in the selected columns to the next nearest integer. Okay, so 2.91 becomes 3. Then, so wherever, when we perform up to the next nearest integer, it rounds up, and down, it rounds down to the next integer. Only on the number data, yes. Okay, so information, it tells whether the sign is the number even, or the sign as well. So all of the data is positive, obviously we'll get +1. Okay, it talks about the information. Then next to information, we have scientific options like calculating the modulus, absolute value. Okay, mod of x is x, mod of minus x is also x. Okay, then power. Do you want to get the square, cube, or any required power of that value? Yes, we can also get those values. Okay, then square root. So square root of all these values will be calculated, and since we are using the option from transform tab, the original values will be repasted. Okay, so it's better if you go and use these options from add column. If not, we can also use the same options from transform tab, but make sure that we create a duplicate of the existing column. Okay, then exponent, logarithmic, factorial. So mathematics comes into the picture, friends. Then standard, under standard options we have add. By default we can add a number. For example, if there is a first festival coming in, okay, and what does companies do? By default, assume that every employee should be paid with the same amount of a bonus, assuming for the festival. So on the current salary, they'll take the current salary. Okay, so to this current salary, they'll add some kind of number. Say 10,000 will be declared as a bonus for this festival for each and every employee. So 55,000, 55, 35 plus 10,000, it becomes 65, 35. In this way, 10,000 will be added for all the values. So if you would like to add any x value, specific value to each and every value present in the column, we can go with add. Then multiply, we can also perform multiplication, subtraction, division. Okay, integer divide, we can specify a single kind of integer and do the integer divide. Modulus, so it returns the remainder. Percentage, specifying the percentage with respect to any value, and taking a standard value, you can also get the percent off calculated. Okay, why am I not specifically doing is, all these are simple tasks that we do, because these are not that much you know new for us. I mean, we are habituated of doing the same things from our schooling. Am I right? So even if you take age, so if you see here, I can get sum. The overall sum returns the overall sum of age column. Or see, let me take age, sorry, salaries, and let me go to statistics. If there is a question like that, how much salaries are we paying for the employees? I'll just sum up all the values. So this is the value. What is the value? 27 lakhs per month is what we are being paid to the employees, being an organization. Okay, so if I'm running the organization, I mean, if this data is being collected, I can do any kind of analysis, or what is the minimum salary that is being paid, maximum salary, average salary. Okay, then median returns the middlemost value of an ordered data set, and on an average it returns the mean also. Standard deviation represents the average spread. Then count values, count distinct values, how many of these are distinct. That's it, friends. So all of these returns a unique or a single value. So as we have discussed earlier, when you want to store a single value, it's better you go and make a duplicate of the table initially, so that we can also, for example, right, let me show it to you as an example. I have created the duplicate of the query. Yes. Let me select salaries. What is the average salary that is being paid? What is the average salary that our employees are being paid? So this is the average salary. Is it a good figure? Yes, obviously it's a good figure. 71,618. What if I want to store this value? Simply rename your query average salary. That's it. Average salary for the employees, whatever it might be. Okay, then I'll go back. If you want to do anything else, the same process, friends, the same process has to be followed. Okay, you'll find the same options in add column as well. The only difference that you observe will be the output will be written in a new column. Apart from it, nothing else. Then next to number column, we have date and time. What are these date and time options that we have are, if you have any date or time related columns in your data, only then we can work on these options. Only then we can work on these options. So what are the options that we have under the list? Age. Okay, so depending on the duration that we pass, okay, it returns the age. It is going to calculate till that year and it returns age. What if you want to get only the date component to be extracted? Just go and select the second option. Year, with respect to year, would you like to get year only? So when I click on year, only the year will be extracted. No, I don't want year. Then start of the year, by default year starts with Jan 1st. Yes. So every year starts with Jan 1st. Then end of the year, 31st December. So You'll get the start and end of the years. If, these are not that much preferred, but you see, year is something useful option where we can extract the year component from the date. In the same way, month, extracting month from the date, start of the month, obviously, depending on the month, it will be extract. Starting will be obviously month, but end of the month will change. Okay, so Jan, then March, May, July, kind of these kind of months will have 31, right? Whereas Feb will have 28, and if it is a leap year, it will have 29. So it checks for all the things and returns the end of the month, and it also returns number of days in that month. Okay, and it also returns number of days in the month, as well as it returns name of the month. See, so seems like majority of the employees joined in January and a few have joined in February. So I can make such kind of comments. Okay, so I'll undo the step. Then in the same way we have quarter. So quarter in the sense in a year we have four quarters: Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Jan till March Q1, April till June Q2, July till September Q3, October till December Q4. So quarter of year, which quarter does it belongs to? Start of the quarter, end of the quarter, the same options. Then we can also get the information regarding the weeks. Okay, how many weeks do we have in a year, friends? How many weeks do we have in a year? 52. 3 months per quarter. How many weeks do we have in a year? 365 divided by 7, nothing but 52. So additionally, we'll have the rest of the days. So we can get the week of the year, week of the month, then start of week, end of week. We'll get the number written. Yes. In the same way, day, is it a Tuesday, Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or so on till Sunday? Then day of week. Okay, with respect to a week, what is a day? Okay, it will written a number. Then day of the year. Okay, out of 365 days, what is the day count? Then start of the day, end of the day, and name of the day. See, so I can get the name of the day as well, right? So in this way, we can explore earliest, latest. What is the earliest date that we have? So for example, if I say earliest, this is the earliest day. So, you know, uh, 2015 Jan 1st is the earliest. Then what is the oldest, latest? It's 2015 Feb 19th. So between this span we have the data. So the earliest will be Jan 1st of 2015 and latest will be 19th Feb of 2015. And if you want to save, yes, as we have discussed in the same pattern, friends. Okay, in the same pattern we are supposed to do it, right? Then, so all these are something, in the same way we can also do it for time. Okay, so with respect to hour, minute, second, we can get the data. We have the same options in, you know, add column ribbon. If you keep all these options apart, let us discuss the options that we don't have in transform ribbon. If you see general ribbon, yes, in add column tab under general ribbon, these options are not present in transform tab. So let us talk about these. First one is duplicate column. So what does duplicate column does? For the selected column, it creates a duplicate. See, first name copy. This was already understood. How can we create duplicate in the other way? Right click on the column, the selected column, you can create the duplicate. Okay. Then index column. What is the use of index column, friends? Index column helps us to give some kind of ID. It helps us to give an ID to each and every row. Okay. So do you want to start that index column from 0, 1, or do you want to customize it? I think why you are adding index column? Anyhow, you have the index, right? Friends, this is not index column. So for better understanding, I'll do one thing. I'll copy the entire table and let me paste here. Did you get the index along with the table? No, right? So this is not the index. This is actually, some kind of the ID that is provided by, the Microsoft for the tools. So this does not mean it's a column. So if you want to add a column and if you would like to start from 0, see, index column was added. So I can clearly say there are 38 rows because I have started from 0. Now we start from 1. Start from 1. Okay. What should be the increment? 1. So this will tell me there are 38 rows. And in general, index column should be at the starting position, right? So let us move to the initial position. Move index column to the initial position. Email, age, last name, then first name. Leave it. So this is one way of doing. If not, go and perform under, transform. Under transform only, right? We are able to move it. You see? Yes. So you can also change the index numbers as per your requirement. Then we have conditional column and column from examples. These two are important options as part of add column. And these rest of the two columns, two options are not required for us. The reason is custom column and invoke custom column uses M formula. Okay, even only if you know M language, we can use these options. Okay, so let us not touch these two options, but we'll talk about column from examples and conditional column options because rest of the options were already discussed in transform tab. So let me talk about column from examples. I'll talk about column from examples. What is this column from examples means? For that, I'll take a requirement. Okay. Right. So let me take, I'll select my requirement. My requirement is, to create a column using first name. What first name holds the employees' names? Yes. Robert, Olivia, okay, then so on, right? But okay, anyways, we have the same names, right? So instead of taking first name, let me take full name because if you take full name, there is no kind of duplicates. But if you take first name alone, you'll get the duplicate. So let us not go with first name. I'll take full name. I'll take full name and using full name, uh, you know, I'll frame a sentence like this. See, friends, my sentence will be like Robert Davis is HR or something like, you know, works in HR department. Then the second employee works in engineering department. Third employee works in engineering department. If I want to create such kind of, a column, is it uh, possible to do? Yes, it's possible. It is possible. How should I? type the same line for each and every cell? No. We can go with column from examples. What is this column from examples? I'll tell you, friends. First of all, select the required columns that you want to use. Okay, let me, from selection. I'm selecting column from examples, option from add column ribbon, add column tab. Then I'm clicking from selection. So it is asking me to select. Okay, so first one is full name is what I select, and the second column is department. Observe properly. I have selected two columns. One is full name, then the second one is department. Okay, right. Now I'm going to use how this column from example help us, friends. I'm going to explain. Understand, right? So the first column it is going to create, this is our output column in which we are going to have our requirement. Okay, so in the first cell you are supposed to specify what is your requirement exactly. My requirement is this person, Robert dot Davis. Yes, the name, okay, the employee name is working in HR, nothing but HR department. Is working as, it's better if I don't, make it complicated, as HR, so that it identifies, you know, what columns did we use. We have used Robert.Davis, nothing but the full name. Then we have added some kind of text, and finally the value that we have in the next column that we have selected. What is the next column value? It is HR. And maintain the same case, friends. If you don't maintain the same case, it does not understand. Then click on enter. Just click on enter. You see, for rest of the columns, it will do in the same way. But Akhil, how did it perform, in the same way is, that's nothing but column from example. Column from example means we have to define an example. So what is our example? Our example is nothing but record one. In the same way, it tries to replicate for rest of the records. Once if you see, or once if you assume that your requirement is satisfied, click on OK. Now go and check. So the name of the employee is working as HR. The second name of the employee is working in engineering, right? So I'll do one thing. Let me, I'm unable to. Yep. You see, it's not allowing me to extend, but if you see, the second employee is he or she working in engineering department. Yes, they are working in the engineering department. Even the third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So the same engineering department should be repeated. So see how intelligent is Power BI. What we have done, we have just given only the first record as example. It understood the pattern and it have replicated the same for rest of the records. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so it's simple, friends. If you understand what for what option are we going to use, okay, which first initially understand the requirement, then based on the requirement set the right option. That's it. Okay, so I have achieved my requirement. It's done. Now you rename. some kind of the column, whatever you feel the name of the column, just edit here. That's it. Okay, but it's not allowing me to but it should generally allow us. I don't know why it's not allowing me. Since it became the last column, let me keep it here. Now it will allow. Yes, now it's clear. If it is the last column, it does not allow us to extend. Make sure you move the position so that it allows us to, uh, make the column extend. Right. So, and this, I hope we have understood column from examples. The last option that is present in add column tab is conditional column. What is this conditional column? Conditional column, the name itself, it's telling us we are going to create a column based on some conditions. Oh, is it possible? Yes. Let me take salaries column. I'll take salaries column, and on this salaries column, I'll create a conditional column using the salaries column. What are the conditions? Simple. I'll segregate my employees into three kind of groups, okay, based on the salaries that they get. So employees who get less than 50,000 will be into low category, low category group. Then employees who get paid between 50 to 1 lakh will be part of medium category group. Then greater than 1 lakh will be part of high category group. Okay, for that I'm going to use, I have used conditional column. So it is asking what should be the new column name. So I'm not specifying anything. I'm just leaving as custom only. Initially, you have to select on which column you are going to use. I'm going to use salary rate. Yes. So what is the first condition? Even if you are aware of Python conditional statements, the same concept will be used, friends. But am I using any code? Am I coming up with any code? Am I writing any code? Nothing. No code, nothing. So if salary less than or equal to what value? 50,000. Okay, then the output should be low. Then the second condition, if salary, okay, less than or equal to, okay, 1 lakh. How many zeros? 4, 5. 1 lakh. Then it should be medium or kind of moderate. If these two conditions are not satisfied, I need not add any new class. Okay, no new class can should not be added. Directly I can keep it in the else part, like high. Okay, so based on the salary values of the employees, they will be part of three different groups. See, for better understanding, I'll drag this and I'll keep beside salary so that we'll understand. See, greater than 1 lakh, so high. Between 50,000 to 1 lakh, medium. Same. Is there any person who is getting less than 50,000? Yes. So, first, get your requirement understood properly. If you understand your requirement properly, you can use the right option. We can create columns using conditions. We can create columns from examples also. So in Power Query Editor, these two options are generally important. Based on conditions, we can create columns. We can create columns from examples also. Okay, apart from these two are also important. Merge queries, append queries. Because you're not going to use SQL concepts, right? Everything will be done in Power Query Editor itself. Right? So this marks officially the end of Power Query Editor. So I'm supposed to click on close and apply. Okay. the entire all the queries will be loaded and saved to Power BI desktop. Okay, all of these will be saved to Power BI desktop. Once after the loading is done back to Power BI desktop, we are supposed to save the file once again, and you can close off the application. So in the next class, we'll understand the next topic, that is Power Pivot. Data modeling comes into the picture. The next topic. So far, we have covered only one component, Power Query Editor, because there are a lot of you know uh, tabs. Under each and every tab, there are multiple options. So that is the reason it took time. But friends, from tomorrow it will be, yes, we are going to understand a new topic in Power BI, that is data modeling. Okay, so for today, the link has been posted. Please give your valuable feedback as well as your suggestions. We are completely open to take up your suggestions. So before you leave, just fill the sheet, and also give your if you feel these sessions are good, hit on the like button as well as share across multiple channels. Okay, so whoever is willing to join the sessions, ask them to join and get some knowledge on Power BI. Right, so that's it for the day. Any technical questions? Are there any technical questions to be discussed, to be addressed? Thank you so much. I assume no questions. Right. Thank you, friends. Thank you for joining the session. Just continue the same, maintain the same till the end of the program, so that you'll get enough knowledge on Power BI. And I'm also requesting you to do hands-on parallel, so that you'll get enough, you'll remember for a long time. Right. So that's all for the day. We'll meet in the next session. Until then, take care. See you. Bye. Signing.